What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 Blu-ray players in 2020. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So, whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices, so like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. Let's start off our review of the top 5 Blu-ray players in 2020 with LG's BP175 as our top value pick. Generally speaking, this Blu-ray player features a ton of top quality features, and it's incredibly versatile for a low-end model, which are just some of the reasons why we've decided for it to be our opener. One of the best things about LG BP175 is that it is a region-free Blu-ray player. This means that it is not bound or locked to a particular region, for instance US, Europe, or Asia, and it can be used on any kind of system anywhere. People who don't know much about Blu-ray players might think that this is some sort of a default, but in reality, the vast majority of models features a set of restrictions of the sort. In terms of design, the LG BP175 is made from top quality plastic materials and is obviously built to last. It is also relatively small, as its dimensions measure 10.6 inches by 7.7 inches by 1.7 inches, and it weighs approximately 2 pounds. Overall, it is both sturdy and lightweight. Another great thing about this Blu-ray player is the fact that its connectivity is much better than that of most entry-level models. It rocks an HDMI output as well as complementary remote controller and cable. It supports 1080p Full HD resolutions and can convert conventional DVDs into HD and Full HD formats, but sadly it does not support 4K resolutions. The only thing that you might not like about the LG BP175 is the remote controller. Its range is pretty low, and it simply won't work if there are any physical obstacles in its way. However, you can easily get past this issue by downloading a compatible IR app and using it instead. What we love the most about LG BP175 is obviously the fact that it does not have any region-based restrictions. On top of that, it offers much in terms of connectivity, its design is great, and it is one of the sturdiest budget Blu-ray players available on the market. Next up is Sony's BDPS6700 as our best 4K upscaling pick, and as most people know, Sony is one of the biggest brands in the electronic technology industry, and it's pretty safe to say that BDPS6700 is one of their finest works in the Blu-ray player department. Apart from the fact that it sports a ton of top quality features and technologies, it offers superb upscaling elements that allow you to play older DVD formats in a much higher audio and video quality. This is actually a bundle, as opposed to the vast majority of Blu-ray players being standalone models, that is comprised of a variety of utility features, such as the high-speed HDMI cable, an Ethernet cable, a PC cleaning kit, as well as extreme wired earbuds. The HDMI cable is an excellent addition to this bundle, even though it's a very simple feature as it can be used with both the Blu-ray player and your own PC. Obviously, the cleaning kit is there to add just a bit more value. 4K upscaling is the main reason why Sony's BDPS6700 made the cut. It can upgrade any Blu-ray or DVD content you have to 4K, even if their native resolutions are lower. In simple words, Sony's BDPS6700 can vastly improve the visual quality of your favorite shows and movies, but it can also significantly enhance their audio performance as well. As far as connectivity goes, Sony's BDPS6700 rocks one HDMI port, one USB port, one coaxial port, and one Ethernet port, which is pretty amazing given the fact that this is a mid-price Blu-ray player model. Sadly, there are a couple of bumps down the road, and some of the most notable drawbacks of Sony's BDPS6700 are its relatively flimsy construction and a somewhat difficult initial setup. The instructions are not as easy to follow, but luckily, this is a one-time job that does not require additional tweaks further on. On the upside, this Blu-ray bundle offers a highly efficient remote controller, a variety of complementary features, and top-quality 4K upscaling, so it is more than safe to say that it is well worth the money. We're moving over to Panasonic's DPUB820 as our best 4K pick. In a nutshell, Blu-ray DVDs are the top of the line in terms of multimedia formats, and it would be a shame not to utilize their full potential within the borders of 4K resolution. This Blu-ray player sports a plethora of high-quality features and is exceptionally versatile, more so than the majority of boutique models. In terms of construction, Panasonic's DPUB820 is a bit heavier than average with 6.93 pounds of weight, but it's also much more sturdy and more robust. Its dimensions measure 8.06 inches by 16.9 inches by 2.5 inches, and it's currently one of the most durable Blu-ray players out there. Simply put, if you really want to get as much value from your Blu-ray player as possible, you'll want it to be able to support 4K file formats and resolutions. This particular model supports both 4K and HDR formats, as well as HDR10+, HDR10, and Dolby Vision formats, so compatibility-wise, DPUB820 is pretty amazing. One of the most amazing things about this Blu-ray player is how it sounds like. It sports 4 built-in DAC units that operate on 192 kHz at 32 bits that deliver pristinely clear audio. Should you feel like that's not enough, you can always connect DPUB820 to an audio system, as its connectivity is also great. It also features a built-in HCX Hollywood Cinema processor that provides ultra-accurate chroma and HDR processing, which heavily influences and complements its 4K playback quality and reliability. Furthermore, DPUB820 features a couple of very convenient features, such as Amazon Alexa integration. It supports voice assist messages, allowing you to take control of most of its features wirelessly with nothing but the sound of your own voice. There are only a couple of things that you probably won't like about DPUB820 though. First and foremost, it does not support Spotify and a small range of online apps. This shouldn't be too big of a deal, mainly because it's pretty versatile on its own. Secondly, the user interface is a bit clunky, and the remote controller is not of exemplary quality. Overall, DPUB820 is still one of the finest 4K Blu-ray players that money can buy, and the minor drawbacks it pulls with it are pretty easy to fix. While most people focus on trying to get the best possible picture on their small screen, not everyone is aware of the fact that Blu-ray players actually sound better than your average DVD players. Furthermore, not every Blu-ray player sounds the same, and one of the models that sounds the best is Sony's UBPX800M2. Apart from being one of the top 4K Blu-ray players, the Sony UBPX800M2 is also one of the best sounding models out there. It comes supplied with both Dolby Vision technology and HDR10 compatibility that allows you to spot immensely more details in both picture and sound of the movies or shows that you are watching. Another very interesting feature that Sony UBPX800M2 comes outfitted with is the anti-vibration construction that keeps the player steady and stable at all times. This enhanced stability further enhances its reliability and sound projection in turn. Speaking of which, the way Sony UBPX800M2 is built is truly amazing. It's not only durable, but it also has a very small footprint. Its dimensions measure 19 inches by 3.75 inches by 14.13 inches. In short words, Sony UBPX800M2 offers DVD video upscaling, a variety of app-based streaming services, a built-in LAN connector, Dolby Digital True HD and DTS technologies, Dolby Atmos integrations, Dolby Vision, and 4K Ultra HD upscaling. Some of the things that you might not like so much about Sony's UBPX800M2 include the lack of support for Dolby Digital Plus and the lack of audio detection for Dolby Vision. The initial setup might be a bit harder than you'd expect, but ultimately, once you've gotten through the process, you will eliminate pretty much all drawbacks. All things considered, Sony UBPX800M2 is one of the most complete Sony Blu-ray players, as it excels in pretty much every field of performance possible. Even though it's not the cheapest model available on the market, it's definitely one of the most valuable ones. We're wrapping it up with Sony UBPX700 as our best overall pick. Essentially, this model has it all. It supports every popular file format, its connectivity is awesome, its design is over the top, and it does not cost an arm and a leg. If you're looking to get the most bang for your buck, we strongly suggest that you check out Sony UBPX700. It sports various smart functionalities such as built-in Wi-Fi system, 4K and HD upscaling, exceptional quality of audio playback, and exceptional connectivity. Speaking of which, you'll get to use 2 HDMI outputs, a 12-volt port, coaxial port, and LAN 100 port. Even though there are Blu-ray players that offer a bit more versatility in this regard, UBPX700 does a pretty fine job. Unlike most models we've covered so far, UBPX700 actually comes with a pretty decent remote controller. It's simplistic and intuitive, it's easy to use, and it's actually pretty reliable. Construction-wise, the dimensions of UBPX700 measure 15 inches by 12 inches by 4 inches, and it weighs only 4.2 pounds. It is lighter than average, and it has a pretty small footprint, which means that it will take up the least bit of space possible. In a nutshell, this Blu-ray player offers 4K HDR compatibility, high-resolution audio, various Dolby technologies, Atmos, Vision, and Digital True HD, 4K upscaling, 3D playback, Bluetooth compatibility, app-based streaming, and a decent level of connectivity. Even though this is our best overall pick, it's still not a perfect Blu-ray player in the sense that it packs a couple of drawbacks as well. Again, just like with our previous pick, the device will not recognize Dolby Vision on its own, so you will probably need to invest a bit more time and focus into the initial setup. At the end of the day, UBPX700 offers a tremendous value for the cash, despite the fact that it costs a bit more. It comes outfitted with a plethora of unique features, and the ones that are relatively familiar sport considerable upgrades in comparison to earlier versions. If you're looking for quality, you might want to check out what it has to offer. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time, see you guys later.